name is Marcello Kolax. You are watching the Technical Analysis Outlook for the European energy markets for the week starting 13th of January 2024. I'm very happy to have you with me because there's a lot of really interesting stuff happening today. And if you want to learn more about technical analysis in general, how to make it part of your daily analytics, then just go to clevermarkets.com, get in touch with me even on LinkedIn, and we'll just see what we can do to help you and your energy team with getting technical analysis going. All right, so today it's all about the TTF, NBP, Brent, carbon, coal. Let's talk about all these markets. But of course, before we start, as always, a little disclaimer, nothing you see here is direct trading advice, it's just my humble opinion. So who am I? I am the founder at Clever Markets, was founded I think a year and a half ago now. I am helping energy trading desks from around the world with making better trading decisions essentially. I do this with technical analysis education and also daily analytics reports, and we have our own dashboard, and that's exactly what you're watching right now. So let's just jump right into the markets. It is all starting with our sentiment outlook. So every week I'm asking my social media network, LinkedIn, my LinkedIn network, on where they think the market is going to go next, the TTF front month more specifically, which is of course the reference point for most energy markets. And what we are working with here is a very comprehensive view of the market sentiment, because my network, mostly 99% of them, they are energy traders, they are prop traders, speculative traders, they are physical traders, hedging, portfolio manager, banks, so a little bit of everything essentially. So that's why I do hold these nearly like 200 responses that we get every week in very high regard. So what was the change from last week to this week? So we are here seeing that from bearish dominance, as it was the case with the down leg, of course, we have now switched towards bullish dominance. So there is more traders in the market who believe that the market is more likely to go up this week. What does that mean? Well, the market itself is at a very interesting turning point. At the TTF and a lot of other energy markets, we are at a level where we could bounce. Now here's the thing. If we truly bounce, then well, we'll get what the market expected. But here's the thing. If we actually continue lower early this week, this Monday maybe, then a lot of traders will be very wrong. So then if they have to close any sort of positions, this could then further fuel the existing down leg. So that's why it's so important to keep an eye on what's happening this morning. But before we go into the details of today's technical analysis, just a little shout out from me. I have been doing a very successful technical analysis academy for a couple of years now, and the next one is starting up on the 17th of February 2025. So if you are an energy trader who finally wants to get a hold of the market, if you finally want to optimize your fundamental models, if you want to squeeze more value out of every market move, if you want help with trend identification, trade planning, risk management, then I am your guy. Go to clevermarkets.com for more details on the next Technical Analysis Academy starting on the 17th of February. We have different courses available. We have the starter that goes for 2 weeks, and then we do have the more advanced TA that goes over a total of 4 weeks. So it's level 1, level 2, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. If this sounds like the right thing for you, then contact me on LinkedIn, send me a message on WhatsApp, for example, yeah. If this sounds like the right thing for you, then find me on LinkedIn. My name is Marcello Kolax. If you already have my phone number, just send me a WhatsApp message or send me an email at hello@clevermarkets.com. com. Make 2025 count. The old days are over, and now's the time for us to capitalize on the market moves. All right, now back to the analysis selves. Let's get me out of the way here. What we are working with is the TTF and NBP front month. Then we do have the TTF and NBP front season. We've got German power. We do have let's get me out of the way here. We do have the EUAs, we do have Brent, API2, so coal, Henry Hub, and JKM. What we are seeing is that the market, yes, has corrected lower, and this is what most traders were talking about last week, or what they had in mind with the down leg happening. But now if we are zooming in, we see that a lot of the markets, and we'll go into the detail in just a second, have formed last Thursday and Friday two hesitation candles. I don't want to say bullish candles, but two hesitation candles that could indicate that the market is ready for a bounce, essentially. Here, the same thing on the German power markets. On EUA as well, we have built, there you go, we have built a good, that's the hourly chart, give me the daily chart. There you go. Here on EUAs, we see that the downside correction could come to an end. We did get some bullish confirmation here. So what is happening? So a lot of the markets are ready for a bounce. But we have to look into the detail to make sure that we actually get one. Because if we don't, well, that wouldn't be good for us, would it? Okay, so let's have a look at the TTF front month first. We are looking at the weekly chart. Here, of course, I am zooming out. And by the way, I do want to take my time looking at the TTF front month because that is like the key market that most traders are looking at. And then I'll go talk about the front seasons and the NBP in just a little bit shorter. I'll keep it short for those markets because you're talking about the TTF already in great detail, and these markets are usually mirroring the TTF front month. So big picture, we are bullish within the ascending channel. That is unquestioned. We see that the momentum is still bullish. I mean, it is flattening off a little bit, the MACD, but it is still there. We see that the 8 and 12 exponential moving averages, they are also still fairly bullish, looking good to me. We are within the channel, all looking bullish. However, this doesn't prevent the market from occasionally correcting lower, which has happened last week. We can see here we did hit the resistance as expected. We have a a spinning top happening here, which is showing indecision. Yeah, the bulls are trying, the bears are trying, nobody's really winning out. But this whole thing happening at a good resistance level shows us that the bulls are definitely not in charge anymore. So we are correcting lower. How low can it go? I would say towards the channel support is nothing crazy. We have tested the 61.8% fib retracement already, so we could move lower a little bit. That would be absolutely reasonable, especially with the high volume on this red candle here. But of course, first of all, we don't make any trading decisions on the weekly chart. Second of all, we wouldn't want to work in a time frame where we have to start guessing what color the next candle is, right? So back on the TTF front month here, on the daily chart, I want to show you a little bit more granular detail. So zooming out, and I'll put myself, where do I put myself? I'll put myself maybe up here. How about that? Okay, so on the daily chart here, we are also working with this channel, and this is the red candle on the weekly chart we are talking about right now. So you can see we are already not guessing the color of the next candle anymore, at least not to such a degree. We are now working with an actual down leg. So last Thursday and Friday, we did get two doji candles. Doji means we open very close and we have long wicks. It's showing us the bulls are trying, the bears are trying, nobody is winning. All of this happened at the 50% retracement support at 44.94, let's call it 45. And what I need to see now is either the market push above 45.88, which is last Friday's doji high, then the downtrend would be upended, the down leg at least, and we would continue higher again. Or, which I think is more likely, we will simply continue lower. And if we continue lower, why do I think we'll continue lower? Because the momentum is still fairly aligned with the bears. We also see that the bears are dominant on the DMI, the directional movement index. We just got a bearish crossover on the 8 and 12 exponential moving average. And for me, most importantly, the stochastic didn't give a bullish signal. So here's the thing, stochastic, for it to give a bullish signal, we want to see %K, the white line, cross above %D, the orange line. So this would be a bullish signal in neutral territory, essentially, right? So apart from that, moving even lower and then getting a bullish signal, %K crossing above %D in overbought territory, sorry, oversold, and then pushing above 20 above oversold territory, this would be a really good bullish signal. Yeah, so moving all the way down here, bullish signal. That would be nice. We are very far away from that. Not gonna happen right now. So that's why I think there's a good chance for us to continue lower this Monday. But it can be wrong, and we need to know when we are wrong. That is so important, because remember, with technical analysis, we are not trying to forecast the price. This is like so important. So we are never, with any good TA, will tell you that we are not trying to forecast or predict the price. Anyone's telling you something else, they're probably after your money, or they don't know any better. So what we are trying to do with TA is only 3 things: trend identification, trade planning, and risk management. Only these 3 things, right? So I can help you with trend identification and trade planning. So we are within this descending channel on the hourly chart, right? So it's like this down like here on the hourly chart. So let's look at that. We are bearish. We are swinging within the channel. It's looking all good. Bears are convinced, all fine. We had this up leg that ended last Friday with a shooting star candle and something that kind of resembles a hanging man, but not really. All happening at the channel resistance. Okay, cool. So this is a bearish setup. Was the bearish setup confirmed by a bearish stochastic? No. Okay, so maybe not so firm yet. What are the trend and momentum tools doing? Pushing higher, pushing higher. So what are the options now? Well, the options now are, or this morning at least, a move below 44.91, below this kinda hanging man, would simply continue the downtrend on the hourly chart, which also would continue the downtrend on the daily chart, right? So within an hour, we would get a good idea of where to go maybe. However, bullish continuation above 45.88, which is above the shooting star, which is above the descending channel, would put an end to the hourly downtrend. This would then easily also lead to a bounce on the daily chart. Okay, so that's why please do keep an eye on the hourly or maybe 15-minute chart this morning. Now here's the thing, sometimes the market does funny things. Maybe this down leg is triggered. Let's say we're going until here below 44.91, and then the market decides, you know what, never mind, let's push higher. How do we avoid this? Because that's like a third hidden scenario, right? So for this, I want to put on some Fibonacci retracement levels, put them up from here to here. So we just take a note of this down leg. I put them on the wrong way. Let's put it on correctly. There you go. So if we, can you see the 23.6% Fib retracement coincides with last Friday's last hourly candle body, and the low, the trigger level, is the 38.2% Fib at 44834491, right? So it's kind of in this area. So if we push below here, I want to zoom from the hourly chart into the 15-minute chart, and then I want to see, are we pushing past the 38.2% Fib? Are we pushing past the 50%? Are we pushing past the 61.8% Fib retracement? Are we pushing past that towards this trough here, right? Because if on the hourly 15-minute chart, we start seeing that we are getting bullish momentum, we're getting a bullish stochastic signal, we're getting bullish reversal candles happening, anywhere along these levels, then I would say, you know what, maybe we are just pushing lower a little bit and eventually continue higher, right? But ultimately I still believe that there's a good chance for us to continue lower eventually. This still is my preferred scenario, simply because of the daily chart, how it is all set up. There's no bullish signals as of now, but we always must be aware of the alternative scenarios, and sometimes we do get the earlier signals, no, not sometimes, always, we do get the earlier signals on the lower level charts. So if the hourly isn't good enough, then the 15-minute will help this morning immensely. I'm a little bit split. Yes, my favorite case is downside continuation, but I am so careful with this, right? So I definitely do keep an eye on these Fibonacci levels as well. Okay, so this is all for the TTF front month.